wise man once said, history doesn't feel like you're making history. It's just hard work on an ordinary day. Welcome to history. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. I am Toni Simmons Henson. I'm the Executive Director of SCTC. And I think it's probably the hardest job on earth, but so rewarding. Thank you for being here. I am here to officially welcome you to this historic moment. When you get to do theater in the United States, and I wasn't grown into theater, I was grown in the business world, and then became a connoisseur of theater, a lover of theater, and then I became obsessed with theater, which brings me here to you today. I met this gentleman who is going to interview and introduce to you to our esteemed speaker for today. I met him in Atlanta. He is the most profoundly generous, honest, loving, caring individual that you want to meet. His name is Keith Arthur Bolden, and I want to tell you a little bit about him. He was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Keith Arthur Bolden is a multi-talented artist who has been recently featured in some of the hottest shows on the television. He has worked on both coasts, but calls Atlanta his home. Keith is a professor of theater at the prestigious Spelman College in Atlanta. He received his MFA in acting from the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. After graduation, he cut his teeth in every major acting market in the U.S., including New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, St. Paul. He then set his sights on Atlanta, taking the city by storm, literally and figuratively, and making major inroads with all of the notable casting directors in town. He is represented by Atlanta models and talent, and he is hard at work and not hard to find on television. Keith is the husband of the Tanashi Bolden. That's not in his bio. And the father to 3 absolutely beautiful sons. Tanashi Bolden is the co-artistic director of the Alliance Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as I bring to you our interviewer for today, Keith Arthur.
Toni, I mean, come on. What you have done in a mere matter of less than 2 years with this organization is remarkable. Just walking into the space and feeling it and seeing it, and knowing what it was when I first came in 2014 and seeing what it is now 14 years later, I think represents what the United States kind of looks like, really, and not just in major cities, but in all over the place. So thank you for that. Thank you for introducing me that way. I appreciate being seen that way. So I am here to introduce one of my friends. And I would say that lately it's even a closer friendship we've established. Sharrell Luckett, PhD, Dr. Sharrell D. Luckett, is celebrated by PBS as one of America's most influential leaders in theater, performance, and training. She is founding executive director of the Black Acting Methods Studio and lead editor of the best-selling award-winning book, Black Acting Methods, Critical Approaches. Dr. Luckett has co-authored 4 other books and given talks at nearly 70 institutions. Recognized as a global force in the arts, she recently served on the Independent Equity Committee at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama at the University of London. She was also honored by Black Mask magazine as one of 25 Black theater game changers in the field. Dr. Luckett has been a fellow at renowned entities such as the Lincoln Center, Harvard University, the Kennedy Center, and 92Y. An accomplished theater director, she also works as an actress, dramaturg, and playwright. Additional leadership roles include editor-in-chief of Southern Theater Magazine. Oh, come on now. Editor-in-chief. This is happening right around us, right? Maybe the history in the making ain't really nothing going on, but this is really history in the making. Director of the Helen Weinberg Center for Drama and Playwriting, and Charles P. Taft, Distinguished Professor of Drama and Performance Studies at the University of Cincinnati. This is my friend, my homegirl, visionary, Dr. Sharrell D. Luckett.
Thank you so much, Tony, for this invitation and the committee. I know the committee invited me and everything. And this is my first SCTC. And so I'm super excited to be here. And thank you for hiring me for editor-in-chief as well. I look up to you and I want you to know that. And you are a force to be reckoned with. Yes, 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 yes. And thank you to my brother Keith. We're about to have a good conversation. Where is Keith? Hey, Keith. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you. So this is how we rocking today, y'all. Guess what my title is? I got a title. Oh. It's The Reckoning. Or Who's Afraid of Black Activists? So I'm going to talk a little bit, and then Keith and I are going to jump into this conversation, but y'all bear with me for a moment, okay? Father of black back, mother of strong bones, consecrated in the middle to create my song. Within me his wit, the curve of his smile, pearly white teeth, legs that run for miles. Not to mention my mathematical genius goes unused. But who needs chemistry? And who needs a theater professorship when you've got the blues? Too much pressure in the pot to be like her, hot. From Jane Eyre to Elizabeth Taylor, from Beverly Johnson to a fine black woman, just name her. Nothing like her, the woman who bore me pain. Nothing like, yet identical, all the same. Threw me into silence, forced me into shame. The world made me hide my song. The world made me hide my song. I'm not singing it yet. It's tucked away somewhere, catching its breath. Been running far too long, hiding under clothes too small, under hate that's well worn, under burgundy rivers that sleep in my womb, in feathers of the pillow that catch my tears released too soon, in long-awaited nights in all my years, my song transcends my fears. Bea Richards says, a black woman speaks. A black woman speaks. About oppression, about slavery, about all this heat. So this is my riot. And although I open my mouth my song won't come out. It sits in silence. I am a Black woman who wishes for a time that I could do my work and still be fine. That I could do my work and still be fine. This degree that flows down my back, I want it for every Black person that has been attacked. All of my people that's been held back. I read and write and read and fight. Read and write and read and cry. Read and write, and when I speak, I fly. Bag lady, why are you carrying all the bags? I carry them to remind me of my past. All of the no you can'ts, all of the you're too big, all of the they won't like you if you don't do break 10. All of the you won't get a job, all of the they won't let you in, all of the you will never be a teacher because you distract the kids. I know, yeah, somebody said it. I wish I could fall into the arms of my father and do it all again. I'd whisper in his ear that he's a great man, and I tell him to keep his stuff locked away in his pants, but I guess my mama felt too good, and the universe decided to give me a chance, so here I am, y'all. My mama lit my path many moons ago, and sometimes I can't even find the road. Still trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing again. How many lives? Tell me again. Because it's not enough. And on top of that, we don't even speak the same language. I can't possibly fit my story within your structure. If I let you in my world, you will melt like a popsicle shoved in the mouths of babes. But I did this for my mama. Also, she can say, my daughter Sharrell has got her what? PhD. And after that, I threw that diploma in the murky sea because these fictions of theory and history do not define me. What exactly am I doing again? I'm still confused. Who needs a theater professorship when you got the blues? All of the no you can't. All of the you're too big. All of the they won't like you if you don't do break 10. All of the you won't get a job. All of the they won't let you in. They won't. Y'all looking at that? They won't let you in. Everybody's running for their lives. Lord knows what they're frightened of. Running high and trying to make it through the night. Do y'all remember the title of this piece? What is it?
The Reckoning.
The Reckoning. What's the subtitle? Who's afraid of Black acting methods? So I want to take a second to talk to you about this. This has always been the work that I do on the right. Ever since I came out of grad school, getting my doctorate, I was going around the country. I call it fly-out exhaustion, right? Schools were bringing me in right to left. I sent Keith the text. Keith said, "Girl, you got to be kidding me." Did you, Keith? Yes. You got to be kidding me. All these schools? I said, all these schools. And it wasn't just like an application. I said, no, if it was the application, it would be more. Probably would be in the 200s, 250s. Yes. So I want to say something quickly about this. I've always done this work that you're looking at on the right, that is in the canon. I've interviewed at so many universities and colleges. So today we're going to do a roll call. Y'all ready? Y'all know how we like to call people in. I'm calling them out today. Yes? So we're going to do a roll call. And but a couple of things I want you to know. In this roll call, 99%, no, I didn't do no little tick mark. I went and I saw and I looked online. Okay, everybody? So that's my data. Yes, empirical data and a little bit of quantitative. But some things we just know because we've been living and doing this for a very long time. Okay? So 99% of the schools that I'm a person of color or a black person on faculty, they are contingent. Contingent means temporary, impermanent, not going to be there permanently for a long time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So on top of that, 99% of these schools have what on their website too? The DEI statement, the diversity, equity, and inclusion statement, the anti-racism statement, you name it. And then I want to see what else. Oh, you say Dr. Luckett. So I didn't get these jobs. You say Dr. Luckett, who did they hire? Oh, y'all are asking me for real? Okay. Because I did keep track, because I think all of us kind of keep track like that. You know when you apply for a job, you want to know. You go back and you want to know who got that job. 99% of the people that got the job were usually white women, followed by white men, and after that it was a person of color that I call a safe person of color. And I'm happy to talk about what a safe person of color is with Mr. Keith with Professor Keith Offerbolt, if you like. Y'all ready for this roll call? Let's say roll call. I'm about to call the schools that I got rejected from. And this is for my young people too, to tell you that when you get rejected, you keep going. You understand? You don't let that stop you. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Because right now I'm standing up in front of y'all alive and well and happy. Okay? They won't let you in. Here we go. American University, Auburn University, Augsburg University, College of Charleston, DePaul University, Georgia College and State University, Glendale Community College, Jackson State University, Louisiana State University, Kent State University, Miami University, North Central College, Northwestern University. Y'all want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Occidental College, Randolph College, Rhodes College, St. Lawrence University, St. Olaf College, Spelman College, Syracuse University, Temple University, University of Central Florida, University of Louisville, University of Michigan, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, University of North Carolina, Charlotte, University of South Florida, Wabash College, Wayne State University. They will not let you in. There's some more. They will exhaust you so much that you can't even compete. Amherst College, Bates College, Middle Tennessee State University, Rollins College, SUNY Fredonia, St. Mary's College of Maryland, Stonehill College, Indiana University. All of the you will be undervalued and therefore underpaid. Indiana University, Payne College, SUNY Potsdam, the University of Houston downtown. And they will try to annihilate you. And I'm not using that as a euphemism. I have ran for my life. California State University, Dominguez Hills, and Muhlenberg College. What exactly is it that I'm doing again? I'm still confused. Who needs a theater professorship when you've got the blues? In 2018, I applied for an interview for a professorship of drama and performance studies at the University of Cincinnati. I excelled at the University of Cincinnati and flourished. I now hold one of the top professorships that they can bestow upon professors across the entire university. And kudos to them. I am a Charles P. Taft Distinguished Professor at the University of Cincinnati. At the University of Cincinnati, they welcome this work. There's one stark difference that I hope that you caught between the University of Cincinnati and every single other school that I just name. What is it? They did. They did hire me. They did hire me. The school that tried to annihilate me hired me too. So sorry, I don't know if that was clear, but California State University, Dominguez Hills, and Middleburg College. Yeah, I was there. But what's the difference between University of Cincinnati and all that whole other list? What's the difference? Does anybody know?
They welcome the work.
They welcome the work,
Flourish.
inclusion. They value me. What department am I in? Oh, no, ma'am. Thank you. Woo. Every other school was a theater department. I am in an English department. Thank God. Okay. Mr. Robbie, I forgot about you. I ain't running no photos. I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Robbie.
Fire in the sky don't amaze me no more. This mystery's been solved for some time. Thunder when the night is cold, scare me no more. There's nowhere that the lightning won't strike. Everybody's running for their lives. Lord knows what they are frightened of. Running, hiding, trying to make it through the night. I don't think I'm running no more. Oh, scream freedom from the mountain top. Scream freedom to the valley low. Scream freedom from the sun to the moon. Scream freedom to the world screams out with you. Scream freedom to the world screams out with you. Scream freedom to the world screams out. Say no. Say no. Say see how beautiful you are. If only you could see how beautiful you are. Can we sing that together? If only you could see how beautiful you are.
Last time you went to a keynote speaking, got some edification and some information. You know, walk out of here feeling and looking beautiful. You just dropped a lot on us. And I know there are questions, but we can have questions later. So I guess it's kind of just going to jump into continuing this conversation. So, hi. You survived, you know what I mean? That's a lot. Is it all?
I'm a say that's been an experience of every single Black person I know that has gone on the market, but for folks who are high performers, high achievers, it's common. I'm mentoring a student right now that goes to a minor Ivy. I won't put her, on blast, but she's a high achiever. She's ABD on the market, and she called me the other day and said she was tired. And she said, "Can I please have permission to not do this interview?" And I said, "Absolutely." So she's getting a lot of flyouts already, but she's a high performer, high achiever.
So what do you think the common thread? I mean, there's one obvious common thread, right? But is there another? The common thread is that you're both Black women. So.
Yeah, she's Black.
Okay. Is there another common thread of why you are being invited to the table, not being offered to partake in the table, or contribute to the table?
I mean, I tick the box, and I tick the box well. I'm a woman. I'm a Black woman. I do the work. I think something else that's important to say is that when I don't know how other people on search committees feel, but when you make that initial call to your short list, right, and you've decided that person is basically qualified to do the job. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? And everybody you bring into campus, you decided they're qualified to do the job, and now you want to choose your favorite one, who you feel like is the perfect, that F word, F-I-T, the best fit for the position. Yep, and the fit is where we get cut out.
But you found solace or growth in the English department. Yeah, not for achievement, but you are the gatekeepers of what you study. So why is the author of Black Acting Methods celebrated in the English department and not welcome in the theatrical department?
Yeah, and I want to point this out too, because you read my bio. I've taught now at, it's probably 75 institutions, right? So it's welcome in a certain way, but it cannot be permanent. It cannot be real. Because basically when you do that, I don't know how many other professors specialize in this, right? I can name a few, but when you
On this side.
on this side, on the right side, this is real stuff, y'all. There are books. I hope y'all know that there are books out there about this stuff. Yep. And so basically what we're doing is excluding and not opening this up to our students to say, let's talk about this, let's learn about it.
So this is universally accepted. This is conditionally accepted, or thought about, or show of hands. How many folks know this list pretty well? Know it, right? Show of hands. How many folks know this list at all? Right. So most of the people of color, not most, but people who are familiar are people of color. But people of color also raise their hand on things. Why is one more valid than the other? That's a rhetorical question. Okay, enough of that. So we are now inside the Black Acting Method studio, right? Can you tell us what the catalyst was for you to explore this, write this book, publish this book, start the studio, start the cohorts, go around the country, and engage with people of all races, creeds?
Oh, that's a big question.
Great.
Yeah, because the catalyst for the studio. I love teaching. I love learning, all of that good stuff. The book came out, and when the book came out, it was doing really well. It was already doing really well. I was hitting the ground running. I did HBCU tour. I came from HBCU. Shout out to HBCU. Yes. So the book came out at the
That's
fall.
historical Black college and universities. I don't want to make any assumptions that everyone knows.
Thank you. At the fall of 2016, doing well, and then 2020 came. And it exploded. Like my phone started ringing. Y'all know, like we was in the house. There was a lot going on. Yes, my phone started ringing. I didn't know what to do. My dog was barking. Everybody was like, the book is #1. I was like, what are you talking about? And I went and I looked on Amazon. And the thing about Amazon is I know sometimes books reach #1, but Black Acting Method stayed at #1 for about 8 weeks. And it knocked out, I'm sitting up there looking at it, knocked out like Stella Adler, Uta Hagen, because I teach respect for acting. Yep. It knocked out all of The studio actually started as a student group, which we can talk about the society later. But the studio started as a student group. I got students together, and it was 9 students of diverse heritages, backgrounds, races, and we did a symposium called Diversity in the Arts. And around that time, folks were asking for the studio as well. It took me a minute, not that long, but to realize that, oh, this is something where I need professional folks who train in professional performance. And so I called on Mr. Rabi is one of them. Sorry, I did not introduce Mr. Rabi. Where's Mr. Rabi? Hey, Mr. Rabi. Mr. Rabi is one of them, but now the studio is a professional entity with professional instructors. 6 of us in the studio. And Mr. Rabi is one of them. He's amazing. Yeah. What else?
What are you doing? So that was the catalyst.
And so the main methodology we do in the studio is my methodology called the Luckett paradigm. And you can find out about this on Luckett. See, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened.
I never heard no Luckett.
Look, you know what? I'll tell you a little known secret, because I had to listen to this. So I was invited to spend time with Malcolm X's eldest daughter, Ambassador Tala Shabazz. And she pulled me to the side and she said, "Your name is not Luckett." I said, "What?" She said, "No, people messed it up. It's Luckett." And then she started to tell me where my people were from, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're right." So it was very hard. Then I went and talked to my uncle, and all that good stuff that my dad has passed on, and he was like, "Yeah, it's Luckett." So I used both pronunciations. So the Luckett paradigm or the Luckett paradigm. But the Luckett paradigm, just really quickly, it's a performance methodology where theory and practice informs how folk approach character creation, approach acting. There are 4 dimensions, Afrocentric dimensions. And when I say, we talk about Afrocentricity, but when I say Afrocentricity, I'm just talking about a centering of the Black person, giving yourself permission to center Black thought, Black theory, Black bodies. Yep. There are.
Is that, do you have to be Black to do that?
Do you have to be Black to do? No, you don't have to be Black. No. Thank you for asking that. I mean, if you think about it, my educators who are in the room, we're always centering somebody. Even in caregiving, you're centering somebody. Sometimes you're in the center, sometimes somebody else is in the center. And I think it's always a great idea to ask yourself, who am I centering in this conversation right now? Yep. And so there are 4 dimensions in the Luckett paradigm. They are core creation, orientation, resuscitation, and dialogic devising. And this is really specific to the Black American cultural experience, especially when you hear that word resuscitation. When I work with Black students and other students of color, it literally feels like I'm trying to get them to come alive because of so much that has been done to them. And healing is a huge part of the methodology, and healing is connected to knowledge as well. So that's what we do in co-creation, getting to know self in conversation with community, in conversation with others.
It seems to me that one of the most powerful attributes of you explaining it is just you're seeing the person, and that person being seen helps them feel alive. Yes. Right? There's one thing I've noticed. I want to challenge all of you here in the room today. Some of you I've seen walk around, and I not make you say hi, but I do say, "Hey, good morning," especially when they look like me. Maybe you don't look like the person. Say good morning, y'all. It don't cost you nothing to say hey and to smile. Let them see your inner joy as you're walking around. That's what the art needs. The art doesn't need people who are downtrodden and thinking, "Oh, I gotta get this job." Find joy in that process, right? Be seen. So, wait, let me go back. I had a follow-up question, so I forgot it. So I might try to go back to that. So what I want to talk about, in your poem, you mentioned the infamous they, right? And we're at the age now where identification pronouns are very important. So they encompasses a lot of people. So I want to be specific about who they are when we talk about they.
Yeah, when I say they, I'm talking about anybody who subscribes to or embodies whiteness. And whiteness is a thought that you think when you think that white people, white things, white culture are better than any other culture. So to embody whiteness, you do not have to be white. But I also, the reason I said 99% of the department white, because I also think that we should do a both and, because we talk about systems a lot, right? But like Hortense Spiller, she's an amazing scholar. She talks about we have to watch grammar. Racism is in the grammar, and I know we know that. But this systems conversation is allowing us to let people off of the hook. And sometimes people need to be dealt with too. So it's a both and. Anybody can embody whiteness, and I am talking about white racist people at times and people who do racist things. It is a both and there. And I wanted to make that clarification for you.
Well, thank you. I think it's very important to say that. Yeah, okay. So listen. You have the Black Acting Methods Society.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that, because you have a new one coming up soon?
I do. So I had this vision. I was trying to figure out how to be with students as one person. Do that. You know how we try to be in more places, but we find we cannot do that. All of the figures on TV can do it somehow, but we cannot do that. And I had this vision of a society, which works basically just like fraternities and sororities. It's a society. It's called the Black Acting Methods Society. And I put out a call for universities and colleges, the students who were interested in it, and about 15 schools applied, and I accepted 4. 3 ended up making it through. Those are Temple University, Shenandoah Conservatory, and Florida State University. And what the students do is 2 or 3 students get to train with me for free for a year. And they also get access to the studio instructors virtually. And their task at the end, in order for their chapter to be recognized by the Black Acting Methods Studio, they have to charter the Black Acting Methods Society at their institution. And right now, I would say the students are doing a fantastic job. At 2 of the schools, they're up to about 10 to 15 members, and it's growing. And they just doing their thing, because I travel around the country, and so many students want to know, what do I do? How do I start? And, when I listened to generations coming after me. When I was an undergrad, and I had that question, for some reason I had the wherewithal to just do it. To get with my friend and start what we call the Black Student Theater Ensemble, which then became theoretical, right? And instead of me continuing to ask myself, why aren't the students doing it? Why don't they just get together and do their own thing? Like, why don't they do that? I stopped asking that question, and I said, you know what, how can I help them? And so I chartered the Black Acting Methods Society, and so that is going to be opening another round. We've been quiet for about 2 years. Another round is coming out in the spring of 2025. And there are some parameters around that, which I can talk about another time.
Is there a website they can go to explore that, since they want to charter at their school?
Yeah, I believe the program will open up again in the spring of 2025. And if you go to blackactingmethods.com, a pop-up will pop up. If you put in your name so you can be on our listserv, you'll get that information from us about how to apply. That's the best way to keep in touch.
That was the most inexpensive commercial you'll get from me. That's great. That was good information. Very good. So listen. You are an actor, an embodier, a writer, a scholar, producer, practitioner, mentor, author, collaborator. Are there any other adjectives to describe yourself that I missed?
I'm an artist manager as well, and I also dabble in legal studies just a little bit.
Because you went to Georgia State, did that?
Because I went to Georgia State. Look at you, girl.
So this is born and bred in Atlanta.
Yep.
Tri-City time,
Yep.
right? Freddie Hendrix, YEA experience. Freddie Hendrix is in the back of the room.
Amazing job at listening to when I was 14. And he made me sing a song for 30 minutes, I feel like. I don't know.
What's the song?
It was a song I realized my church made up. Because I go to other churches and sing it and nobody ever knows it. I'm being very if I don't praise the Lord, the rocks will cry out. I don't know, no rocks. See? And maybe that's why he had me sing the song for 30 minutes. He was trying to figure out what I
rock and Jesus don't make it spiritual.
It was a song in my church.
What, you go to the same church?
Are you serious? Where are you from? Can I ask?
My family's from Jersey. My family's Jamaican, but I lived in Jersey for a little bit.
Okay, you know that song.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but
Okay, let's talk.
Well, Freddie gonna make you sing it later.
I've never met any. Yeah.
She's a plant. So anyway, it's a pleasure to have Freddie here to know how things start, right? So I was reading in your bio that you fell into this theater thing kind of by accident in terms of educating. You got asked to cover a class and try to
I
say.
sure did.
Can you talk about that? And the reason I really don't want to talk about it is because there's been a lot of conversation with Shonda Rhimes and a lot of other powerful people to say yes to things and showing up and being present. And I said sometimes you may not, I said last night, sometimes the reward that you get may not be the reward that you want, but maybe the reward that you need. So you weren't even looking for this.
No, I had sworn off teaching. So I did theater in undergrad. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to do. Be a theater director, which I still do, right? So it's still happening, but I had sworn off teaching, and I said to my friends, I'm not teaching, I'm not doing it. And a peer of mine by the name of David Cote, he got a job at Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia. And at the last minute, David got an acting job. And he called me, and he said, Sharrell, I know you don't want to teach. I said, sure don't. I know, why are you calling? He said, I don't want to do the high school wrong. He called me and actually Cy Gouger. Do y'all know Cy Gouger, who originated the role of Fela? And he said, Cy, somewhere acting, you're the only other person I know. And I said, David, I'm going to do it for one semester. And here we are. Yes? So that was all the way when I was.
So we have Cote connect for this. David Cote.
He called and I went. I said yes, and because it was one semester, and David never came back.
Well, David went on to graduate school, he did his MFA in directing, and he ended up coming back for years after doing that.
Yeah. So
But is Cote a YA kid too?
he is.
Look at that, man. You got branches out here, brother. Leaves falling, picking up plant seed that picks up. Listen, so I want to open up for questions, but since we're inside the Black Acting at the studio, I'm going to ask these 3 questions, 4 questions. Like my man used to do inside acting, you know? But we're going to do a black side. What's your favorite dance move?
Where Sierra goes like that. You know what I'm talking about? I can't believe I'm answering that question. I'm not gonna get up and do it. But I'm trying to remember this is where they stay from. Thought of love on the Cadillac. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yes, okay.
Got that see Jerry.
So, yeah. That's my favorite dance move.
Who's your favorite actor? Living or
Okay. I was about to say that's really actually Glenn Turman.
Glenn Turman?
Yeah,
Why?
and I've seen him. I saw him in ceremonies and Old Dark Men. Never forgot. I mean, in everything I see him in on TV. That man, he's just.
Everybody know who Glenn Turman is? Glenn Turman's been acting since he was 10 years old. He was in the original Raising the Sun. He played the baby. He played Travis. That's now he's Queen Sugar, the patriarch.
Just whenever he's in something, I'm there.
So there was this bar I used to go to in LA called Cork. Inherited the name, what it stands for. But I had a friend who would say that if you spend enough time in Cork, get drunk enough, Glenn Turman suddenly appears.
I'm going there.
What's your favorite food?
Cheese.
Just cheese.
Anything with cheese.
Okay, I know what to get you.
stage, and I just decided that it was probably David Bowie's estate. But I could be wrong. So if anybody is ever working on that, y'all, please call me because I love that.
Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh.
I can name five of y'all ain't seen that. Probably him. Okay, two more questions. I asked you your favorite movie. I said your favorite food, favorite actor, favorite musician.
Oh, that's Brandy.
Favorite Brandy song? Favorite Brandy song?
Almost doesn't count.
Let's go every night. Mine is looking harder than one yet. Okay, last question. Favorite curse word? You gotta say it like acrobat style. Okay, that's a good word. You said you stuck with me. So listen, I want to open up for questions. Anyone have any burning questions in your heart? I'll come down with the microphone to you. Oh, never mind, you don't need me. That's the TC, baby. Hands up there.
So you mentioned that you got rejected by 99% of those schools, and I'm curious, what is something that they told you that has stuck with you about why they didn't want to hire you?
That's a great question. So, you actually don't receive that feedback. If anything, you might run into someone who teaches at the school, and they'll just tell you that, maybe apologize and just say it wasn't the right fit, or it was somebody's partner that they had to hire. Sometimes you get the inside scoop like that. But not to. I was telling Keith, there's this article, and I want you all to look it up. She is a white woman professor at Harvard University, and she wrote an article a while back, a couple of years back, that said we simply don't want them. And what she said, y'all, Google it. And what she said was, she said she had just served on so many search committees where they were trying to diversify, and she finally decided, as a white woman, that every time we're in these rooms, she said her colleagues will bend backwards for the white candidates. But as soon as you talk about the candidates of color, these hard, very hard lines are drawn. Like we really need that second Meisner teacher to cover X, Y, and Z. Versus, okay, this person said they can do Meisner. What if they came into my class and we had a conversation, right? So she said these hard lines are drawn. I cannot remember the name of the article, but it is just we don't want them. She's a professor at Harvard. I wish I knew her name.
Somebody Google
But
it.
I will. Yeah.
Mary Beth Gasman? Does that sound familiar?
Oh, it might. If y'all have y'all phones and it's up, it might be. That might be her name. I wouldn't know it if I heard it. I just know it's. She had glasses, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The power of influence.
Yeah, read that article. And I appreciate. Here's the thing where I'm at right now. I appreciated the honesty.
Yeah. Say that.
Because it's nothing worse than people lying to you. And I wish a lot of us would realize quicker that folks are telling lies. Because I think that there's progress in having an honest, candid conversation. I the statistics, it shows one thing. I'm hearing something else. And what I tell people is to start to realize when people are lying to you, when people are taking up, you know that comment that folks make, say, you're not gonna live in my head rent free.
Yeah.
Quit letting people live in your head rent free.
I want to commend you for your transparency and your vulnerability. This is a very vulnerable place to be in, to talk about being flown out, considered for jobs. I mean, we get that as actors, you know, rejection, blah, 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 but as an administrator, as a faculty member, scholar, to be considered. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, because the transparency, I think, helps tell the real story. Go on, play with that microphone. You got it. It's on.
Okay, so I came in a little bit late, but I was wondering, how did you end up being able to create like your own methods for how you act, and were able to like articulate that, like the different methods? Because I was curious.
Yeah, I would say my amazing training, number one, by Freddie Hendricks. So I came up in an all-black school, basically, okay? And so as a young person, 14, 15, 16, 17, I did not know what Freddie was doing was different, that it was different than the majority of what the majority of people were doing until I got to college. And so I was sitting in class going like this, looking around, looking at how people warmed up. It was so, it was so different than what the kind of stuff I was used to. I was like, can we pray, please? We gonna send up some prayers. We about to go on the stage, y'all. I was fascinated. Freddie Hendricks works without scripts. I was fascinated how many of my colleagues, every time we said, let's write something, they read and got a sheet of paper. And I was like, put that paper down. You don't need that paper to write anything. And so then people were like, what are you talking about? We got to type the script out. I'm like, no, we don't. They used to do full-length 2-hour musicals, and it ain't no script. It still don't exist. Freddie, am I lying? Am I telling the truth?
The truth.
Still don't exist when you try, and I hope to help recoup some of that. But, I'm forgetting your question. It was a great question. Tell me what you said. How? So then, as I continued to grow as a professor, I realized that I was doing something different that was definitely influenced by the work of Freddie Hendricks, that was influenced by my mama, that was influenced by my grandmama, that was influenced by my students, right, of all races. And I said, what is this that I'm doing? And as a scholar, you understand you're trained, so to speak, to capture it, to archive it. It's something once you say it's something, all you got to do is spin that ball and make it something. And then you name it. Yeah.
Listen, I want to stay on task, on time. We are at 3 o'clock. I want to say one thing. I want to thank all y'all beautiful people for being here. Not just being in the role, but being here for theater. Theater is not in trouble, but it is in trouble. It's not in trouble because you're here. It's in trouble because people aren't going. So when you talk about theater, speak life into it. When you go see a play, take somebody who doesn't know where to go see a play, get them a ticket. Find a discount, $10 ticket, give it to them, and let them know what it is that we do. And let them know about our processes. Because we are magical people. When we make magic happen, we're not magical. Right? So some people aren't aware of the process. So we need to educate people. And the more we educate people, the more we put arts back in education, in school, the better our role will be. And one last thing I want to say, Mr. Freddie Hendricks is a gem, clearly. And this brother has a lot of information to share with you all, and he does workshops and travel too. So use the resources that are